What's going on, Internet? It's your boy Eric Bandholz back again with another awesome episode from Beardbrand. Want to talk about, for those who don't know, what it's like to have a beard. We like to call those people the beard curious. They may be lady friends or they may be our future beardsmen. So when growing your beard, you go through a series of different phases. Of course, you start off completely shaven, beardless, and you'll notice as you grow your beard out, people will recognize and comment on your beard. They'll notice that something is different about you. During this time period, if you have been beardless for a long period of time, within the first 1 to 3 months of growing your beard out, expect a lot of comments. Some of them will be positive, some of them will be negative. Probably your mom is not going to dig it. You can just count on that. I don't know of many guys out there who have grown their beard and their mommy's little boy it hurts them a little bit. So count on your mom not digging it, and maybe your wife or girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever you're into, maybe they don't dig it at first, but over time you'll notice that they become adjusted to the new you, and you'll notice that the comments become less and less frequent, and actually as you grow your beard longer, you'll start to get more and more positive comments about the experience. And then gradually, as people get acclimated to your beard, they'll be totally okay with it, and it's just going to be a normal part of your life. In fact, as you continue to meet more new people, which I encourage you to be doing all the time, always be meeting new people, they're only going to know you as a beardsman. And eventually you're going to get to the point where I am, where I tell my wife I'm thinking about trimming up the beard, keeping the mustache long, and she's like, no, can't shave that. Can't shave that at all. So, you got to grow it out, and the process, the first 3 months are probably the hardest in terms of reacting with other people. Now, in terms of what it's actually like with a beard, you'll hear a lot of people complain about how it's itchy. I've done a video on that where I talked about how to overcome the itch. That's not a every person experience. Probably only 10 to 30% of men really deal with the itchy beard. The majority, I would say, just kind of go through that phase. That's really going to be within the first week or two. After that, you're going to notice more positive comments. When I was beardless, I never got anyone who came up to me randomly and is like, hey man, nice beardless face you got there. But once I grew the beard out, I'd get beard compliments, beard nods, all over the case. So when you grow your beard out, expect getting some compliments from random strangers. In fact, I'll be filming a video here randomly, and people will see me in the car and shout out, hey man, nice beard. Nice beard. And of course, when you join the bearded fraternity, when you notice someone with a good beard, a good nod, they'll know what you're talking about. When your mustache grows out, this is probably one of the hardest things to get used to, is hair growing over your lips and into your mouth. So you are going to get mustache hairs in your mouth. My recommendation as you grow, of course, is always grow the mustache out and then part it over time. A lot of guys do prefer to trim it. If you're keeping a shorter corporate beard, you can probably get away with it. If you're going for a year or longer, you'll want to grow out the mustache as well. But in terms of that experience, that's a very difficult experience, actually. Getting over taking a giant bite out of a corn dog or a hot dog or a gyro or something that is really big, and then just gulping down on your mustache. Quite frankly, at first, it's a pain in the ass. But you'll learn that straws are your friend and napkins are your friends, and it's just part of the process of having an epic beard. So the longer you have the beard, the less that is a problem. And today, my mustache goes pretty much all the way down to the bottom of my chin. And of course, I've trained it to part to the side. but it's not a big problem or concern. You will also notice you get a lot of beard hairs randomly fall out or shed on a regular basis. Again, I talked about that in another video. And you know, that's just part of the process. You'll have to maybe vacuum a little more or sweep a little more or do whatever you got to do to pick up the beard hairs. They'll be in the shower, they'll be in the sink, goodness, they'll be everywhere. They're just like, oh, there's a beard hair. And then, let's see, kissing. Everyone asks about kissing. You know, one of the ways you can do it is, I got my mic here. So, you lift up the mustache and then pucker in. You know, if the woman or the partner is really digging a kiss right on the lips, that's how you'll go. But otherwise, they just plow through it, you know, just like, you know, bulldoze down into there. You know, they get whiskers and all. I got a newborn and she loves it. You know, for whatever reason, when I go to kiss my little baby, she's sitting here normal, and then she'll just pop open the mouth and she's like, I want all that whisker. I want it all. So, you know, I guess she likes it. She hasn't divorced me yet, and hopefully never in the future. But of course, she doesn't even want me to trim it back or shave it. So I would say she's down with the kissing. What else about having a beard? You'll stroke it. That's pretty nice. Whenever you come to thought, like I just did, you just stroke your beard. It's just a wonderful experience to have. Very enjoyable. One thing, if your beard does get this long and it's cold out and you zip up, you don't want to look down and zip up because you may get some beard caught in the zipper. But overall, like, having a beard's quite awesome. You know, for the beard curious out there, I'd recommend you grow it at least once in life. And if you find out the things like hair in your mouth and beard hair shedding and all the negative aspects are not too good for you, then shave it off, man. You don't have to have it. But before I wrap up this video, I haven't told a joke in a while. And this really happened to me. I was telling my wife a cock joke, and she responded, Eric, that's quite foul. Okay. Anyways, thanks for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing. As always, cheers. And beard on.